in 2017, it was about 3 months after my husband, Nathan, and I launched our construction business, and the phone rang. It was a Marine veteran that he had hung out with, and he's like, hey, can you help me? I'm thinking about starting a business, but I don't even know where to start. Do you have an attorney? How do you find customers? Who do I even call? Then there was another call with a veteran, and again, and again. And I had a realization that this was not just a veteran problem. This was an ecosystem failure. These weren't people lacking skills or ambition, right? These were highly trained leaders with systems thinking expertise and crisis management experience and operational excellence, but when they tried to access our entrepreneurial ecosystem, they hit a wall. And as ecosystem builders, we talk about inclusive entrepreneurship all the time, right? But there's a massive demographic that we are systematically failing to serve, and it's costing our regional economies. Every year, 200,000 veterans transition out of the military, and in Indiana alone, we have 450,000, not including military spouses or even some National Guard. That's 7% of our population. But these are people with leadership experience managing multi-million or billion-dollar assets. They have systems thinking, ideal for scaling operations, yet our ecosystem infrastructure wasn't built for them. So here's what I saw when Nathan transitioned out in 2005, which is 20 years now. He was pushed into what I call this protector pipeline. He was told, and many are told, that law enforcement is just the natural pathway, but entrepreneurship or the trades was never mentioned. It took him 12 years, for him to find his pathway. And when we finally started our first business in 2017, we truly had to figure it out on our own. So what's missing? First, there's no specialized translation layer. You have generic small business programs that don't speak military, and you don't have cohorts or mentors that understand the very layered military experience. And veterans need help connecting their military experience into their entrepreneurial capability, much like any other career pathway. Second, there are no sector-specific pathways. Veterans and military spouses have very natural advantages, right, in construction and defense-adjacent markets, but most accelerators are generalist or they only focus on tech. Third, support evaporates after the transition. The transition programs disappear after 6 to 12 months, and actually recently we've heard 3 months. And long-term entrepreneurial support doesn't exist in the community. Meanwhile, military spouses are completely overlooked with a 24% unemployment rate. And they're very highly educated. These are pros at contingency planning due to frequent relocations and deployments. But what's the cost? We're losing talent. Veterans and military spouses start businesses at a higher rate than the general population, and that trend is accelerating, not declining. Meanwhile, our regions need exactly what veterans and military spouses bring: operational excellence, workforce discipline, and networks into very high growth sectors. Those phone calls we kept getting and continue to get, those weren't veterans just asking for help. Those were signs that there was a huge blind spot in our infrastructure. And so we did what ecosystems builders do, and we started experimenting. We launched the first chapter of the Bunker Labs Indianapolis chapter. We ran cohort accelerators, and we tested what worked, and we discovered something very crucial. Veterans don't want or need charity, but they do need specialized infrastructure. So this is our solution, a dual structure approach. We have the accelerator foundation that focuses on ecosystem development. We have sector-specific programming. We have military to business translation built into every module. We have intensive programs with peer cohorts that understand the layered military experience, and a community that doesn't evaporate. Every founder graduates with pilot projects and traction. Then we have the investment engine, providing sustainable capital. We co-invest in the top accelerator graduates, and a portion of those returns go back into the fund to fund future cohorts, trying to create an evergreen model, as I think we all are. So why does this work? There are 4 key design principles. First is vertical specialization. We focus on sectors where veterans and spouses have competitive advantages aligned with our deep mentor networks, mainly in construction, logistics, and real estate. We have de-risked deal flow. So every portfolio company graduates with some type of validation in a pilot project. Long-term support. We have an alumni network over a course of several years that offers support for others going through the program. And then we have dual revenue streams to provide sustainability. We have the philanthropic support for the accelerator operations and the funds that go back into funding more cohorts. But here's what's most important for you as ecosystem builders. VentureVets isn't meant to replace ESOs. We're infrastructure that makes your work more effective. Our partnership model that we really, really want to move forward focuses on the fact that we understand how to serve veteran and military connected founders. We run veteran and spouse-specific cohorts, so generalist accelerators don't have to. We feed those validated founders into investment networks that are regional. Our model is replicable, and we want other regions to build similar infrastructure. We have evidence that it's working. Here's a little bit of our ecosystem metrics. We have over 75 alumni. It's actually 15 million raised in follow-on funding. We've provided non-dilutive capital, and our strength, frankly, is in our network of mentors and strategic partnerships, too. You can also see a couple of the success stories of our portfolio companies. Spoke Note is an Army veteran, serial entrepreneur. AutoKit also is Army. Bravo is Air Force. My husband's upset I didn't have a Marine Corps example. They're coming. But here's really what excites me most as an ecosystem builder. The model, again, is replicable. So every region, the military installation, a veteran population, or defense contractor presence can benefit from this specialized infrastructure. But you don't need to reinvent it. You can use our playbook and adapt it to what your needs are. So you can send founders to VentureVets for the specialized sector programming before your accelerator. You can co-invest in the fund for the validated founders. You can replicate our model in your region. We're happy to share best practices. Or we could co-develop curriculum, serving veteran founders within your specific target sectors in your region. And we know that the regional economic development impact that comes with this program. Veterans hire veterans, military spouses hire military spouses. It is a workforce pipeline. A defense-adjacent innovation creates a diversified economy in regions as well. And military spouses building portable businesses is still talent retention. We're not just building companies, we're building infrastructure that helps veteran entrepreneurs engage and strengthen regional economies, and we need partners to scale it. So my call to action to you, if you have mentor capacity, please join our network. If you know of transitioning military members or veterans or military spouses, please send them our way. If you want to strengthen your regional economy, let's talk about partnership models and referral pipelines. The real opportunity isn't VentureVets. It's really for every region to build infrastructure that recognizes these entrepreneurs as economic assets. Thank you.